Hi guys, and thank you for joining me for another Armin's Tech Talk. This is my continuing coverage of CES 2018. This evening I want to be talking to you guys about networking solutions, more specifically those for gaming. Just the other day, Netgear came out and they announced two major new products that they're putting in their gaming line. Of course, many of you out there probably have known their gaming line as the Nighthawk series. Netgear's been going with that branding for a little while, all the way back to the original Nighthawk, which I remember many of us out there commented looked like a stealth bomber. So with these new products, there is the SX10, which is a remodeled Switch of their SX10 series that you see here. The new Switch looks very, very similar. There are, of course, some substantial differences. These differences are in that the new Switch includes two multi-gig ports. The ports will support 10, 100, 1000, 2500, 5000, 10,000. So you're looking at 1 gigabit, 2.5 gigabit, 5 gigabit, 10 gigabit. Now, one other thing that Netgear does note with the new Switch is that these two 10 gigabit ports can actually be trunked together or used synchronously, so that the device that is plugged into the two ports, if they're using link aggregation, can actually gain a theoretical bandwidth of 20 gigabits. Of course, with the Switch in itself, the rest of the ports are limited to gigabit, so if you were to do that, it doesn't really have that much of a point, so I'm not quite sure why that feature is there. The software that they are touting, of course, for this router is definitely more GUI based. It looks like it would be a little more in line with what a gamer would expect, instead of the networking professional or just somebody who's even a network enthusiast and is willing to, who's even tolerated more of Netgear's cloud based OS in moving forward. So it looks like they've changed that for the gaming segment as well. As I said, the design of the SX10 is very similar to the S8000. One additional thing that they have done is they have included what all gaming products include. It's got the Rjeebies. Oh yeah. The S8000, the light is set to blue. You cannot turn it with this new one. It looks like it can do a bunch of different colors. I would actually have to look at the press release. Now, moving on to their router, this is a little more interesting. So the thing no longer looks like a stealth bomber. It kind of looks like a spaceship. Whether you think that's a good thing or not, I don't know. I mean, imagine like one of those aircraft from Independence Day. That's what I'm thinking. It's got 4 antennas. It is 802.11ac. It's, let's see here. Just let me take a look. It does support Mumimo. It is got a dual core 1.7 gigahertz processor inside. It does support 4 external antennas, which is pretty standard at this point. The Nighthawk X10 actually has 4 antennas. Whether these antennas are active or not, the information doesn't quite say there. We've got 5 gigabit Ethernet ports, so no multi-gigabit there on this router, which is a little disappointing considering they have a Switch that does support it. Once again, the Switch has 2 ports. And I don't know, I mean, it's very, very standard fare. This is not set at the top of their stack. The model number for this is the XR500. Remember, the X10 is the top of the stack. This modem comes excuse me, this router comes in at roughly about $299. So let's just say $300 is $299.99, which is actually the same price as the Switch. The one thing I do say with the Switch that is slightly confusing is that Netgear has put out more business-oriented Switches in the last year, which also have 2 Ethernet ports which are multi-gig that can be aggregated as well, and those Switches are $50 cheaper. So unless you're really into the design and you want the RGB and maybe you like the Netgear gaming OS, or excuse me, the device OS better for managing your devices, then I would say go with the business version. You're going to get pretty much very much the same functionality. It might be a little more involved in getting it to work the same way because just the way things are named, or it may not be just a switch to throw. You might have to put a little more into it. So what are you guys thinking as far as networking goes? Are you even interested in this? Is this something that you would actually be excited about, or is it kind of just in the background at this point? I mean, even though there are gaming products out there, it doesn't really matter what you own. I will be curious to know how many people are actually buying their networking products because it's got a gaming label on it. Of course, let me know in the comments below. There was another technology which was mentioned at CES 2018 in regards to networking. That's called 802.11ax, which is the standard which is going to follow up 802.11ac. We don't have devices for that yet. There was nothing announced by Netgear. I would assume that we might hear something at that point for that from them at Computex later here in 2018. But I don't know. As I said, I kind of want to hear how you guys feel about networking in regards to PC gaming. Let me know in the comments below. Let's have a discussion. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you like these videos and you want to see more, of course, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, you know what to do. And of course, I hope you all are having a wonderful day out there. I'll see you guys in the next video.